Hello Balloon World, I'm Michael Floyd, your balloon twister, and this time I'm here to teach you how to make a fancy squid. I know this looks complicated, but it's actually really simple. Let me show you how to make it. This design uses 6 balloons. We'll be using 1 coral 260 for the head, 3 coral 160s for the legs. You can use 260s, I just think 160s makes it look more like a squid. We'll be using a white 260 for the eyes, and we'll be using a scrap of black 160 for the center of the eye. I know that seems really complicated and like a lot of balloons, but trust me, it's worth it. We're going to start with the head of our squid. Get your 260 in coral out and inflate it halfway. Let some air out and tie. Give it a squeeze and a stretch. We're going to start by making a small bubble, just big enough to pinch twist. That's about 1 inch. We're going to fold it over where you can hold onto the knot and twist that knot right into that seam by pinching it, pulling it, and twisting it. You should have something that looks like that now. Now we're going to make the length of the head. We want to go down at least 6 inches. Twist the seam. We're going to twist 2 1-inch bubbles. These bubbles here should be about the same size. Twist this seam here into this seam here. So you have them like little tiny dog legs. Give this balloon a bit of a squeeze, and we're going to roll it through that seam. When you get back to the bottom, twist these around, and that should lock them into place. We're going to be attaching all the legs onto this, and it's really important that there's enough room. Now we want to make another section the same length as this one. So these two here should be the same size. Now take this seam here and twist it into that pinch twist down there. Go ahead and take that pinch twist and push it through underneath. And this is the head of our squid, but we want to make the top part. So I'm going to go down about 3 inches and twist a really strong seam there. And then I'm going to get some uninflated section, and we'll pull the uninflated section back up to that pinch twist. And you see that tension will sort of curve it down. That's what we want. Now we're going to do that one more time. 3 inches. Twist a really good seam so it doesn't come undone on us. Go ahead and push out a bunch of air and wrap it right around back into that pinch twist. The rest of this balloon here we don't need, so we can pop it off and let the air out slowly, and then tie it so it doesn't come undone. Now we want to position it so these are pointing down. If they're not pointing down enough, you can open up this section to make a little bit more room for them. And there they're pointing down a lot more now. And this is the head for our squid. Now we want to make the eyes. Get your white 260 out and inflate it halfway. Let some air out and tie. Give it a squeeze and a stretch. We're going to fold it over and make a very soft flower petal, big enough for you to put your finger in. But it shouldn't be too big. Take that slack and tie a knot around the flower petal so it's not going to come undone on us. Now we're going to make another flower petal, but give it a nice squeeze so it's nice and soft, and make another one that same size. So those 2 flower petals should be the same size. Now break it off, but leave yourself plenty of slack to do it again where you wrap the balloon around the flower petal before you tie the knot. What this should do is it should leave you with a nice little seam right here in the middle, because we're going to put these inside of our octopus head. So we're going to take this, we're going to slip it right through that hole, and we're going to pull it down towards the bottom. I said octopus head, didn't I? I meant squid head. We're going to attach this to our squid head. Pull it down, and there now our squid has the white of the eyes. Now it's time for the eyes. Get your black 160 out and inflate it 1/3 of the way. Tie a knot and give it a squeeze and a stretch. We're going to twist 2 large 1-inch bubbles. We're going to take the knot here over to this seam over here, and we're going to twist them together. We're going to take the excess slack, we're going to wrap it around that seam nice and tight, Then we're gonna do the same with the rest of the balloon over here. We're gonna wrap it around the other way. This should give you 2 little pinch twists like that. Go ahead and break it off. Because we wrapped it around so nice and tight, they're not gonna come undone on us. That's one eye, we need one more. So now we have our 2 eyes. It's time to attach these eyes to those eyes. What you're going to do is you're going to put this right in the middle so it comes out the other side. Just like that. And what I like to do is I'll adjust it so it looks up and down. I think that gives it a really cool looking squid eye. Don't forget the other eye. And now our squid has eyes. The only thing left are the legs. I'll be using Coral 160s for the legs. You can use 260s if you want to, but I think the 160s add a delicate look to it that make it look a lot more like a squid. We want to inflate these almost all the way, but we want to leave about an inch worth of uninflated tail at the end. It might take more than one breath. Once you have inflated all the way, let some air out till the end just starts to shrink a little bit, like that. Then tie a knot, give it a good stretch. The air should be pretty evenly distributed and soft all the way through. Hold the ends together and find the center point on the other side. Once you have that center point, twist it. Now we want to do that again. We want to find the center point by taking the ends and holding them together. Finding the center point over here, pinching it, and twisting it. Once you have that, take one of the legs over here and pull it through. I know it doesn't look like it, but here are 4 of the 8 legs that we need. Now we're going to do that again with the other Coral 160. Now that we have 2 of these, we want to take them together like this. We want to twist them so they look like that. I know it doesn't look like much, but this is your 8 legs for your squid. Now we get to attach these legs onto our squid's body. We're going to pick one of the loops, and we're going to put it right around where the seam up here meets, around these little square pinch twists here on the bottom. Just one of them though. And you're going to work it down to the bottom. Like that. Once you have that worked down to the bottom, you're going to twist it around to lock it into place. Because we just need to get to the bottom, but we don't want all the legs to be fighting for position. And there we go, now we have the legs attached. Now we just need to arrange them a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to put the ones that are meeting together, like these 2 here, in the center, and on each side of it, we're going to put one of the ones that stick out. So it sort of looks like a giant X or a plus sign. And you can see right down here in the middle, we have the legs. So now what we want to do is we want to fold the legs all together, like this, and we're going to give them a big bend, up like that, and a gentle massage. And then once we have that, we're going to do it again on the end of the legs, but bending it the opposite way. So you should sort of have like these very squiddy looking legs now, all roughly shaped the same, but in their own position. How cool does that look? Doesn't it look awesome? It looks so much like a squid already. But squids have more than just 8 legs. They have 2 clubs, you know, that they hit their food with. And we'll be making those clubs out of a Coral 160. We want to inflate this one all the way. And just like before, we want to let air out until this part starts to shrink away. Like that. Tie a knot. Give it a good stretch to make sure the air is nicely even distributed. Hold the 2 ends together to find that center point. And then this center point we're going to attach to the head at the top, right here above those square pinch twists. So we're going to loop it around and go around once. So there's space just above the legs, you can see there, on the top of that pinch twist that this one comes out of. So the head should be positioned like that with the pinch twist running this way and the legs running this way. Now on the end of each one of these legs, we're going to make the club by twisting a small bubble on the end and a flower petal. The size is completely up to you. And we want to twist another small bubble, fold it over, and now we're going to pinch twist that. Put one of each bubble on opposite sides of the club, like that. So you have one bubble there and one bubble there. We want to do that to both legs. Once again, small bubble on the end, large flower petal for the club, twist another bubble, fold it over and pinch twist that in. And then put those on opposite ends of each other. Alright, now our squid is complete, but their club arms don't look like that. They don't stick straight out like that. So we want to give them a little bit of shape. And to make a distinction from the bottom legs, we're going to have them go up instead. So at the very bottom, what we're going to do is we're going to hold the balloon out like that. And at the top, we're going to hold the balloon down like that. And you're going to give it a gentle massage. So it should bend like that. That's the shape we're trying to get. By holding it in that shape and squeezing it, the heat from my hands will shape it. See? So it'll look like that. How cool does that look? We're going to bend it down and then bend it up. Oh, that looks so cool. That looks so much like a squid already. Oh, that's awesome. Now I know that felt like a lot of work, but with practice you can do this one really quick. I know it will impress anybody who loves squids. Well, that's it for this video, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, click that thumbs up button, and I'll see you back here next Monday with a brand new balloon animal lesson. So if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you subscribe. And if you can't wait till next Monday, there's a playlist in the description with over 100 balloon animal lessons. I'm Michael Floyd, your balloon twister. Remember, you can make anything out of balloons, even a squid.